Okie dokie. Hello. Oh, hi. I'm Bonnie Lacey, BonnieLacey.com, and I'm reading right now from my book that I wrote a couple years ago, Cash Envelopes. You've Never Had So Much Money. There's a companion workbook along with the main book. And I'm reading from the workbook just because I want to show you. I have lines in there so you can set up your system directly in the book. It's really makes it a lot easier. But I'm on chapter 5. I have other ones that you can look for. There's an intro and then the other chapters, but today I'm going to read from chapter 5. Running smoothly, or not. As with anything, something breaks down or falls apart. This is just a system that sometimes needs to morph over time as your life changes, and my life. If it doesn't work, fix it. As I said before, there will be adjustments. This system evolves as your finances evolve. Here's an example. I used to have an envelope for real estate taxes when we owned our previous home, but we purchased a new one and now the taxes are included in the mortgage payment. Still, and here's a little tip, a little secret, I kept the total cash amount that I get at the bank the same. So we're not making the taxes from my cash envelopes, but I still kept that cash in there. So I just pushed that amount to, say, the medical envelope or another one that I'm saving things for or saving up for, like a wedding or whatever. Oh my goodness, right? Life happens. Adding other envelopes. There might also be times when you need to add another envelope. I added one recently when I realized that our oldest grandson would graduate from high school in 3 years. Now, I wrote this a few years ago. He's already graduated. And we've also added 2 more grandkids. And and so it turns out that I am recording this in August 2023. And so we're looking at the school year, right? And there are 2 beautiful young men that are starting their senior year this year in 2023. And so they'll need a graduation gift in spring of 2024, right? I am so thankful, 2 at a time. So in another couple of years, it's going to happen again. There'll be 2 grandkids graduating at the same time. Then there's a couple years off, and then it's every other year until, until. So, but this is how I set this up. I decided on the amount I wanted to give him and did some figuring. There were 156 weeks until he graduated. So I divided the amount by 156. That gave me the amount I needed to add to the new graduation gift envelope each week. Actually, I rounded it up a couple of dollars as we have, like I said, more grandkids. So I wanted to allow for, these doubled up graduations. Also, as the envelope filled, I have plans to set up a bank account, which I have done now. And what I do, instead of what I have here in the book, what I do is when that envelope gets, full, whatever, I take it with me when I go to that town, to that bank, and deposit it into an account that I have created at that bank. And it's just, they let me name it whatever I want to so I can find the account. And it's just graduation gift account or grandkids graduation gift, something like that. So that's what I do. Then I let it add up. So as that added up, I've also been able to buy a bond with that money because it's just going to sit there earning not much, and which with a bond it's not that much either, but it's earned some money over this time. So I recommend that. It just doesn't seem that hard or overwhelming. Like right now, looking at next spring, these grandkids, these wonderful grandsons graduating, I would be kind of freaking out. It's like, what am I going to sell to be able to do this? Okay. Doing things this way also slows down my spur of the moment, jump without looking decisions. And it can be reversed very easily when I come to my senses. So it's not like, oh, I spent that money. What am I going to do now? Well, what am I going to use to give these kids for graduation presents? There's no running back to a store to try and return something. Most of us have become so insistent on convenience and microwave habits. I gotta have it fast and now, that something that might take an extra step seems intolerable. But as I see these envelopes fill up and I check off my spending goals or my savings goals, it is all worth the extra work. It really is. Stealing from other people? No. Stealing from other envelopes? And yes, I do that. Stealing from the lawn care envelope when it's January here in Nebraska and there is snow on the ground is totally fine. I use it as a small savings account, which comes in handy. Stealing a little from entertainment is okay, but not so much that if you lose date night, right? But never, never, never steal from medical or water bill envelopes or ones that are like that. Or food or fuel. Then you could find yourself up against a bill without cash in an envelope. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. God bless y'all.